and then we'll get going.
Awesome. It's good to see everyone.
So first one goes to Janie McCauley. Go ahead, Janie.
Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for taking a few minutes. What have these last two games meant to you in terms of an experience, from an experience standpoint, and just getting out on the field and getting to do what you love to do, and you know, after several hard weeks of camp in difficult circumstances?
Yeah, it's great to see the guys come out onto the field and get to compete against a team that isn't our own. And I think we're all just really excited to be in the position that we're in. And we really don't take every day for granted. We are so appreciative of the opportunity to come to the ballpark each day, because we don't know what could happen. You know, we did have a day where we had to go home because of some testing issues. And so we're just coming to the field every single day with this great sense of gratitude to be there. And then I think that just is so awesome to see the guys kind of show that out on the field when we get to compete against the A's.
Next up is
personally, just to be out there at first base coaching, you know, doing what you so dreamt of doing. What did that mean to you personally?
I think I'm still like wrapping my head around it all. You know, it was, I was always preparing and staying ready for whatever position I would be put in. And, you know, we've talked about this opportunity before, but it kind of came quick, and I was ready to go when Antoine Richardson encouraged me to go out there. And I mean, it's an awesome feeling to be out there. And all camp, you know, I've gotten a chance to really work with the players a lot more, especially on the base running front. So it's really, really, I don't know, you feel a sense of pride to be out there. And me personally, I mean, it's the best place to watch a game, that's for sure.
Okay, let's go to Alex Pavlovic.
Hey, Alyssa, Gabe had mentioned that Antoine kind of pushed for you to develop a little bit more and get more action at first base. Do you know how those conversations went, and how has Antoine helped you get comfortable over there?
Oh, I don't think we have enough time on this call for me to talk about everything that Antoine has helped me develop. Not just like the baseball professional side, but the personal side, everything. I mean, I tell him quite often that, like, can I take this up? Okay. I tell him quite often that I don't have enough words to tell him how grateful I am for him every single day. Just the way that he pushes me and encourages me to, you know, take a step further in development. And I don't know exactly how the conversations went between he and Cap. But I imagine it was, you know, they both are very encouraged by people taking steps to develop. And so I'm pretty sure Cap was all in on that when Antoine went with him with some confidence that I could do it.
Andrew Baggarly.
Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for joining us on this. I also had a question about Antoine. I mean, even going back to Scottsdale, you guys just seemed like you were inseparable. What was it like when you first met each other, and how did you kind of first get to kind of realize, hey, this guy's going to really be an ally for me, and maybe I can be an ally for him too?
Oh, wow. I was not expecting this. This is so cool to talk about. So thank you for asking these questions. The first day I met Antoine was the morning before my hire was announced. So January 16th, and it was down in Scottsdale at our minor league complex. And I was walking up to the complex. I'd actually never been to our minor league complex before, and I had not met our staff in person yet. didn't really know like what door to walk through and just kind of went around and stood above the field and watched a practice that was going on. And then Antoine and I kind of caught each other's eyes. He was talking to somebody else, and he ran over and immediately just introduced himself with like the bubbly personality that he has. And he took me onto the field and just walked me around, introduced me to everybody there, and was just kind of starting to get to know me. And we, from that day, he was talking about how we are in this together. And, you know, because I kept saying like, I'm so excited to learn from you. I'm so excited to support you. And words like that, which I still say to this day, and I'll never stop saying that. But he always says like, it's we, it's us, we're in this together. It's not just me, it's us, we're in this together. And that's our thing. I mean, we're brother and sister, and I think, you know, and with that, like, brothers and sisters challenge each other. And he and I have had some of the most challenging conversations that I've ever had in my life. And I grow so much from those. And it's amazing. I wish that everybody could have somebody in their life like that. I could go on, but that was the first day I met him. I mean, and nothing's changed. He's still like that. He's still taking me around, introducing me to people wherever we go. And it's an awesome thing, you know? It's a really cool feeling.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kerry Crowley.
Hey, Alyssa, thanks for doing this. When we saw you out at first base last night, there were a lot of people who initially wanted to know much more about your role and a lot more about what you're doing with the stopwatch in your hand. So if you could just describe the role and job duties of a first base coach for them, what would you say that your main responsibilities are?
Yeah, so number one is to know the signs. So Woe or Mark Hallberg, they were kind of interchanging out at third base. So relaying the signs to the base runner. You want to get a time on the pitcher, so how fast he is to the plate, and relay that to the guys just so they have a sense of awareness on that. And then also, you know, during the 3 months of the shelter in place that we were all in, we all watched a ton of video, and something that myself, Nick Ortiz, and Antoine did was watch a lot of video on a lot of the pitchers that we'll be facing this season, and really analyzing how they're controlling the running game. So we really got to dive deep on those videos and take a lot of notes on those. And we use them in our sim games, which I think y'all talked about with Cap often. And so now that we get to actually like see these guys in real life and go back to the notes that we wrote, it's pretty cool. And so we just kind of fine tune how we want to relay that information to the players, and you know, just give them every single nugget we can to help them advance that extra 90 feet.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go to John Shea.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hey.
Say, Alyssa, was there a wow moment for you tonight, or were you always caught up in the moment and you didn't have a time for a wow moment?
Yes, there's a wow moment for sure. I don't know if I'm allowed to say too much, but so we're finalizing our roster, our opening day roster, and twice I got to be a part of telling players that they were joining our opening day roster, and that to me was such an amazing thing to do, to tell those guys and look them in the eye and say, look, you're coming to LA, you're on the opening day roster. I didn't know that I was going to have that opportunity to do that, and I wish I could tell you the guys. I don't know if I'm allowed to right now, so I won't say it, but those moments were wow moments. So one was pre-game and one was actually during the game down in the tunnel. So that was a really amazing feeling.
do you think it would have been more or less comfortable if this place was packed with fans, or is this? I mean, or was it a bummer there were no fans to experience this history?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer that we don't have fans, you know. I mean, you love coming to a baseball game, right? And as athletes, like, they want to perform in front of fans that are there, and this is a game of entertainment, and so it's definitely a bummer to not have fans. However, I'd be lying if I said, you know, it kind of like eased the butterflies knowing that there weren't 40,000 people like watching. Last night I was a little nervous, so it was kind of nice to ease into it because they just had like cutout people sitting in the stand, these stuffed animals. So yeah, I think I held my own there. And then coming out, I mean, Oracle Park is home. I felt comfortable on this field for 6 years now. So yeah, tonight the butterflies were pretty non-existent. But you know, we wish there were fans there, but we understand, you know, this is the time we're in. So hopefully soon.
It seems like you had a little animated conversation with Hunter Pence when he hit that single early in the game. Is that true?
Yeah, you know, was kind of just taking care of a little foot injury, very minor, and he was hitting a lot of home runs in our inter squad games. So I wouldn't really get to see him when he was just rounding the bases. So tonight I was like, yeah, I think this is the first like single you've had since I've been here. So it was really cool to be right there with him. So I think
Sorry. Just one last, and with Bob Melvin as well, just like a quick exchange.
Yeah, he said hello and congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mark Sanchez.
Hey, Alyssa, good to see you. Gabe has talked a lot about your development, and you mentioned it too. What does that kind of look like to you? Like, how do you feel like you're a different coach today than you were in, say, February or something?
I'm much more confident, and I think each day I gain just a little bit more confidence. And that I mean, I have Antoine and Cap to thank, and many other coaches, but those two really stand out as the ones that put me in uncomfortable situations and help me grow, you know, whether it's leading an outfield drill, leading the base running, going out to coach first base in a major league game. And you just, that's how anybody grows. Well, a lot of people grow is being put in those uncomfortable situations and really stepping far outside your comfort zone and just doing it and learning and knowing that, yeah, you don't know everything, but you don't have to know everything. And that's when I'm a total sponge and I absorb everything that I can and ask a lot of questions. And so I think, to answer your question more directly, is back in February, I honestly thought, like, if I'm going to do this, I need to know everything and I need to have all of the information that any player would ever need at any time. And that's just so not realistic. And so I've learned to understand that I don't know everything. Nobody does. And that I have amazing coaches around me to learn from every single day. And quite honestly, the players teach me just as much just by asking them how certain things feel or what they saw on a certain play, and just like having the conversation rather than this feeling of needing to give them something that's going to totally change their game. You know, it's more about just the conversations that are being had and then helping provide those nuggets as they come up. So yeah, I think every day I go home and I'm like, whoa, I learned so much, or I grew so much. And that's it's awesome spot to be in.
Thank you, and congrats.
Hair stripping.
Any last questions for Alyssa? Andrew Baggarly?
Alyssa, is there anybody in your family or friends or anybody that you're particularly excited, they'll be watching Thursday when you're officially on the coaching staff for a major league game? Just anyone you really look forward to being able to share that with, even though they can't be in the stands?
Yeah, so many, but my parents for sure, my brothers, my family. Those, I mean, that's it. They've been through it all with me, and thanks. They've been through it all with me, and they rarely missed games when I was playing softball, and so I have some of my favorite memories are being able to like look up into the stands and see my mom or see my dad or see my brothers when they came to watch. Like, it's so cool. And I obviously I won't see them in the stands, but I know that they'll be watching. And yeah, I think they're certainly excited for Thursday.
Okay, that looks like all the questions in the queue. So thank you very much, Alyssa.
Yeah, thanks guys. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. Oh, bye.
All good, all good.
Okay. Do I just hit leave?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thanks.